You know, there is this thing in large metropolitan cities, Moscow, New York, London. People always surrounded by other people, but almost like they never notice each other, of course. There is no contact between them. And you also said that if there was no desire, we would not even perceive each other because we only perceive what we can gain from. What am I going to gain from it? Yes. And it turns that ego in this case plays a big role, because of which we see, feel each other. Yes, but it also limits us. We see and feel only what we can gain something from. We don't feel and see the universe in the form it is, the entire world, including other worlds, forces, fields, all residents of all those spaces. All this space is not without life. It's not empty, and for us it's empty. For instance, between me and you right now there is a distance, a few thousand miles, the empty space. Between me and Mars or some other star, the same thing, but it's not an emptiness. Simply I don't feel it, I don't perceive it, I don't sense it. For me, they simply don't exist. In fact, there is no empty space at all. And we learn that from Kabbalah, because all that is a desire. But it is such type of desire which does not interest me. I'm created in such a way that I don't notice it. I'm careless about it. Not that it's good or bad. It's just I'm created in such selective manner. Just as you say, when I walk in the big city and you don't notice anyone around you. Emptiness. Yes. The entire method of Kabbalah is to develop in-person a sensation of true surrounding. And through that, he will understand what kind of force which created all that, holds it, what for and how. In a degree, he understands it more. He will become equal with it, with that force, adapt to it. And as a result, not only he will be absorbing it, not only become equal to it in his qualities, but he will consist of it and he will be able to control it. Meaning, he will be on the highest point. On the highest point of this entire creation. And we need to come to it. Why we need it, you may ask? Isn't this world enough for a man? He needs higher world as well? Yes, so he would possess everything, so he would control everything, he would consist of everything, and at the end, to rise to the level of creator, to reach the quality, to possess everything, to understand everything. Though it sounds very egoistical, but through that, we can be in the state of complete bestowal and love. And this inversion, that's not comprehensible for us. Because on the other hand, we may say, well, lower your ego to the level of inanimate and live peaceful life. No. In contrary, the nature is created that way so we would reach the maximum in that, and in that maximum you would work to support others, to support life in every aspect, like the creator. And what's in this space? The emptiness in our egoistical perception, as you say, but very densely populated with different perceptions. What's there? What kind of desires? Different kinds of desires. Types of desires. That's all. Inanimate, vegetative, animal, and human types of desires. All kinds of desires which we don't perceive from other levels. From levels of world Asiya, Isra, Briya, Atzilut, Adam Kadmon, and so on, to the world of infinity. And there, relatively to that, how we see it in our world, inanimate, vegetative, animal, human. Same is there, we observe. Same kinds of forces, only forces, inanimate, vegetative, animal, human, in the world of Asiya, then Yitzhak, then Bria, then Atzilut, then Adam Kadmon. And what's more important, on every level, you get to know the force that binds them together and governs over all of them, which is called Creator, the creating force in that world. And you interfuse with it, binds to it, adapt to it, and become it. As a result, it turns out that the person rises to the highest point of the entire creation and incorporates all of it in him. But that's the general image of a man. That's when all of our bodies disappear at the level of our world, and we, meaning I, the desire, knowledge, force, qualities have acquired, all of them infused into one image called Adam. And we are heading in that direction. We are beginning to move now. This crisis will indicate the beginning of this path, the beginning of spiritual rise of the humanity. Spiritual meaning above the matter, into information layer, into new changes internally in our I.